Hello everyone, today we are creating the beautiful painting with the fireflies in the mason jar. The first step is to create the mason jar shape. You can outline your stencil or go the freehand as I did on that video. For the color, for the outlines of the mason jar, we are going to mix blue and white. Equal amounts of those colors will work perfectly for us. Just make sure you have a nice, thick, bright lines of your mason jar. And then you can also color in the top of the mason jar with that color as well and create this reflection. You can see the reflection. It's the lines that repeat the shape of the jar itself, but they don't go all the way around. They're just in the corners. And now we are going to add the reflection with the different colors as well. We're going to add some blue here and there. You can see in different corners I add a couple brush strokes of blue, and now we are going to add the turquoise. You can add a little bit on the top and right next to the blue, light blue reflections, and I put one line right in the center, this vertical line. The last color that we're going to use, it's going to be the straight white for the highlights. You can see how I put those towards the right side of the jar with a couple brush strokes, and also it's very important to add those on the top. Try to stick to the right side of your mason jar, and you can see I also add those on the blue areas in a couple areas as well. You can copy as I did, or you can go a little bit with more freehand on that one as well. So now this is the time to create our grass. You can see how I put separate brush strokes of the green, starting from the bottom, going towards the top. Each grass is a separate brush stroke. So the first color for the grass, it's going to be mixed turquoise with yellow, and this is going to create this bright more lime type of green that we're going to use to represent the highlights from the fireflies in our jar. Then you can see that I'm starting to add more darker color with just the turquoise. So very important for you to put layers and layers of the grass, as I mentioned, with the separate brush strokes. Don't be afraid to go on top of the previous layers, and also try to go with more random length, shape and direction of your grass. That's going to look more realistic. Don't try to make it too perfect. You can see that my grass is pretty thick and I'm not afraid of that. So you can go even with just a straight blue as I did here and there, and then you can mix blue and yellow and a little bit of white. It's going to give you different shades of green, and more different shades of green you're going to have on your painting, more realistic as well it's going to look. So don't be afraid to practice and mix as many different greens as you can from the combination of your blue, turquoise, yellow and white. Depends how much of those you're going to combine, different shade of green you're going to have. And you can add those detailed grasses. You can see I just put with a smaller brush just a few lines and put kind of dots on the end of those. This is just different type of grass that can be on your painting, and then you can start to put the flowers. You can see I put the white ones with a just putting a bunch of dots next to each other. On your painting you can create any shape of the petals you want to, and you can see now I'm putting the blue same way as I put with the white one. You can use a dark blue, you can make it lighter, you can go with any type of flowers you feel like. And now you can see I'm adding just a little tiny yellow dots in the center of the flowers, but I'm not going to go too complicated with the flowers. It's up to you how big and how many flowers you want to see on your painting. So now I'm just adding a few more details on the mason jar, this green reflection as well, because as I mentioned, whatever is going to be around the glass is going to be reflect in the glass, because the glass reflects everything. It's very glossy surface. So now this is a time to glue our LED lights. You can see I'm gluing the switch right on the bottom of the jar. There's a reason for that. And now I'm going to glue each light separately. You can see the wire in between the lights bends pretty easily, and you can bend it in any direction. So you can see how I put layers and layers of the lights. So I have a lot of fireflies in the jar, and a couple of those are going to go outside the jar. Just make sure you have at least 2 or 3 of those that are going to be not inside of the jar. And now when I glue all of those, I'm going to just check just in case. You can test if your lights are working. Here you go. Works perfectly. Now we are going to cover the switch, so no one going to pay attention on that. And you can see I put some blue and green on top of that. And also I'm going to cover the wire with this paint. Just make sure you do not go on the light itself, because otherwise the light is not going to be that bright. Just go only on that silver wire that connects your light. So you can see I went with the lighter colors on the areas where it's on the lighter colors on my canvas, and the rest I'm going to just cover with the black. And you can see that now our wire is not that obvious. We cannot really see them that much. And now we can test again our lights, how it looks now. Looks beautiful. And now the last step, we are going to add some glue on our grass. And you can see how I just put the random, absolutely random dots here and there. And now I'm going to shake some glitter on that. It's very optional. If you glitter lover, please feel free to add more. If you're not into the glitter, you don't have to do that step. It doesn't really it's kind of optional, but it can create extra nice shine when we turn on the light, and a little sparkle. And now I'm shaking off the glitter, and I use just a regular Elmer glue for that reason. And here we go. And here is your painting with the beautiful LED lights. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, just please leave those below the video as a comment. I will be happy to help you and assist you if you have any further questions regarding this video and how to make the project. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful day.